Yo, people, Lateness is greatness. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. You already know what time it is. It's time for London Club's Carnage. As always, do you know what I'm saying? We're back in the car, back in the building with a cast and crew. Lawless. Easy week for you, I'm sure. Do you know what I'm saying? Just chill, bro. Everything should be fine this week. How are you doing?
Good. I need it. I need an easy set this week because boy, I went in a Nicky Stag do on Saturday, man, and boy, it takes its toll on me still. I'm tired. I'm just tired. Didn't get back until 5:30. So it's a long one, mate. It's a long one. I'm still reeling from the news that Toby's got a twin. Like there's two of them. What the hell? Is it one know that?
Oh yeah, no. To be fair, I didn't actually. I knew you had a brother, but I didn't know he was your twin. I didn't know that.
Likewise.
Yeah,
Likewise.
That hit me out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's a frightening prospect.
Tobs, bro, talk to me. How you doing? You seem to have come and hooded up like you're gonna cook somebody. I don't know what this is even about.
Man, you know what? In my head, I was like, oh, maybe someone's getting cooked today, but then I've got nothing to cook anyone with because there's been no club football, and it would just be off me just being a nasty guy, and I am a nasty guy. But like today, I thought let me be peaceful. Let me be peaceful today.
We'll see how long that lasts, isn't it?
Yeah, it will probably last like 5 minutes, but yeah, let's see how it goes.
Peace, not problems. And Potts, bro, talk to me. How you feeling? How you doing?
What you saying, boys? Good to see you, man. Always a pleasure doing this, and I'm surprised Tobs is up for cooking someone when there's been no club football, man. I mean, that's just his personality all over. Do you know what I mean? He comes on these. He can't have a chilled out session. It's like, who am I going to cook today? Oh yeah, there's no club football, so I can't. Do you know what I mean? This is the problem. But you know what's funny, right? You know what's funny is these two will definitely cook each other still because Lawless does not help himself ever, and Tobs cannot help himself with his comments. So me and Messi are just going to enjoy this one again. You know what's going to happen.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens, but I'm pretty sure you're going to end up being spot on, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm expecting anyway. I wanted to actually get into, because it's very rare that we ever touch on internationals on this show, but I thought because of the fact that England are playing at the moment, and obviously Southgate, people are shouting Southgate out again, which is never going to happen before a tournament. I thought I would get everybody's perspectives on England right now, their mood going into the World Cup, and also your strongest starting 11 will pit starting 11s up against each other and see who actually puts out the best starting 11. So just as we're talking, just start to get your England team, because everybody's always cussing Southgate, but then when I hear people put a team together, I know you're Nigerian. I know you don't like it. Yes, I know.
No, I don't like it. They're just boring, bro.
They are bad.
They're painfully boring. I can't tell you the last time I've watched England for 90 minutes. I can't tell you the last time I've watched England for 45 minutes. I don't watch England games unless they're playing in tournaments because it's a waste of time. It's a waste of time and your viewing, because it's like you can watch much better things at that time. It's boring, bro. It's absolutely boring.
It is tragic, to be honest. And personally, I have been asking for this guy to be sacked for years upon years. I don't know where you stand on this, Lawless. Maybe you're a bit more committed to the England national team. I don't know. I mean, I'm personally very much disjointed and very much like, what's the word? But
ain't you Irish? What are you talking about?
I'm not Irish, bro. Stop chatting nonsense.
You know I'm Irish.
You know I'm not Irish.
You think you're Irish?
I thought he was.
I said I lived in. What are you two on about? I lived in Ireland for 5 years. You know I'm not actually Irish.
You're a black man who lived in Ireland, but you're not Irish. What?
I was in Ireland for 5 years. Family moved over.
You're Irish.
I'm not Irish. I was born. I have the passport. I was born here in London. I was born here. Don't try and run this. Go to Turkish if you want a real Irish man, or Hugh. Do you know what I'm saying? There was your. I went there.
You want a real Irish man? What?
Yeah, he's part Irish.
I thought he was Turkish.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he's Turkish, but he's also part Irish.
I'm Irish. The Lawless is in Dublin, mate. Get to know.
What are you? Have you got Irish in you?
Yeah. I've got lots of family in Ireland.
Oh,
Turkish will rep his Irish roots, man. He might be embarrassed of his Irish roots. I don't know why. He's always when it comes to Turkey, he's always down to rep, but when it's Ireland, he's a bit hush.
Disgraceful.
It's a fallback option, I would call it. That's what I would say it is.
That Greenish things, yeah.
Yeah. Talk to me, Lawless. How you feeling going into the World Cup? Do you even give a shit? Do you care about England? Because everybody says they don't care about England, like Tobes says, until they get to the tournament, and then you start to actually give a smallish little shit.
Yeah,
smallest.
I'm that guy. I care when the tournament's on. Like I'm not the biggest international football guy, but I do enjoy the World Cup. I enjoy the Euros and them things. You know, and you get into it. You know, when we had the Euros last time, you get into it. Everyone in the country coming together, all of that stuff. So it would be nice if the team had a decent manager. I was never on board with Southgate when we had that World Cup, and everyone was praising him, and he got a knighthood or whatever it was, a CBE, OBE, or whatever. Him and Kane. I thought that was ridiculous. When England got the easiest running ever, and they finally come against a half decent team and got slapped. So I've never been on this Southgate thing. And as Tobe said, like boring to watch. Like international football can be a struggle at the best of times, but when your play style is so boring as it is, it don't help. So get this guy out. Get this guy out as far as I'm concerned.
What about you, Potts? How do you feel about the England team right now?
Yeah, very similar to the lads, really. I think when Southgate got us to a semi-final and a final, a better manager would have won both those competitions, in my opinion. Now, we don't know what would have happened with France because they're quality, absolute quality in that World Cup. But I do believe that England have got the best squad they've had in a very long time, and you would not know it on a pitch under this guy. This guy's so defensive. The guy's called up 12 defenders and 4 midfielders. That says it all. Like the way that we're still playing free at the back, that that centre back, Maguire and Dyer. Come on, man, this is 2022. What's happening? 2022, we've got Maguire and Eric Dyer at the back. We're wondering why we can't do anything. Like this is poor, man. Like this really poor. And I look at like the Kyle Walker situation at right centre back. I'm not a fan of it. I know he can play there, but I don't think that's utilising our best players. And I do feel that he's got his favourites. How James Maddison can't get in this side is beyond me. And there's players that he's still got, like, seems to absolutely love. Strange one for me with Southgate because I don't hate the guy. I think he comes across very well in the media and I think he's very personable. Unfortunately, I need to see a quality manager and I don't believe he's got that. And I was always a bit baffled as to his first ever media chat where he said, I didn't really want this job. It was kind of given to me because of what happened to Sam Allardyce. I'll take it because obviously, which says to me, one, I don't think he believes he's ready himself. And two, I don't want someone who doesn't really want the job and just giving it. I want someone who actually we go out for. Now, I always like the England manager to be English. Got nothing against any of the foreign managers that come in, but I think it has always been a bit old school to have an English manager. The best of England is then the English manager. And I think over the years that's been the case. I don't always believe that's happened, if I'm honest with you. And to be honest, the best manager I think in my era probably was Sven, to be fair, who wasn't English. But I like the fact that he's come in and he obviously is passionate about England winning. But whether he's good enough or not, I have my doubts, man. I don't see it personally.
I think you need to sack him and get Bielsa, man. I think Bielsa would be a very good manager for the England national team. I think he'd be much better equipped to just focusing on tournament football than league football, where he runs these players into the ground for a whole season and then knackered like come the second half. If he can,
is that because of style of play? Because I agree. I think the style of play is definitely got to be attractive.
Yeah, he will get the style of play and he'll get them working and running and just absolutely fine. And that's the thing. Fitness wise, he gets his teams. If you look at how Leeds were playing, just giving absolutely everything, and then that's why they'd sort of dip second half of the season. But they're obviously only playing an X amount of games, so we'd see attractive football, and hopefully that energy levels that you need to play that style of football. So I think he'd be the man for it.
I think like Judges was talking to me about it a little while ago. Me and Judges were chatting about the England manager. I think it was when the the Euros had finished, or was just about to start. We were talking about Southgate, and he was mentioning Arsene Wenger, saying, somebody like that coming in with that style of play would just be amazing to see because you don't have any of the.
Like,
I don't know. I still think he could do a job.
No, but do you know my problem is? Do you know my problem is with Potts is Wenger is. And I said that, and look, if he immediately after the Arsenal job, but he obviously for some reason he hasn't gone back into management after all of this time. He's focused on his bureaucratic. Do
you think that's because he's not good enough, or do you think that's because he's loyal to Arsenal and he doesn't want to go and manage somewhere else?
But that's just stupid then if he's loyal, and I don't think it because he
maybe that might be the truth though, mightn't it?
I think no, it might be. I just say no. I'm not saying you're stupid for suggesting that. I'm saying he would be stupid for doing that. But he's always said that after the Arsenal job, he feels like he could still manage. But I haven't seen any offers coming his way.
I think he's happy in that role. I do think he's happy in that FIFA role, I must admit. I do think he's enjoying that. He's basically in charge of the world football stuff at the moment, and I think he'd be good for that, because that is definitely in his knowledge of the game, and whether you thought he was good enough or not in the end. I wanted him to go personally, but we won't go back into why he should have stayed or should have gone to Arsenal. I think if he was the England manager, you would see an attractive style of football. You wouldn't have to worry about any of the transfers you got Kane for. You wouldn't have to worry about any of the fiddling the figures, making sure that we ain't spending money, none of the business and economic side of things. It's literally man management, get this team that I believe is good, playing attractive football. I think Arsene Wenger could do a great job at that personally. But
I think it's past his time now. I think he's been out of the game for too long, where I wouldn't really look at him as a candidate for any real top level job, because he's just been out the game for so long. Like, I know they were looking at Potter before, and obviously Potter's not there now. I don't know who else is I mean, Tobs, who would you say would you line up if you could you sack him to? Everybody here would sack him tomorrow. So who would you line up for the World Cup then, if you was to think of a manager?
I knew he would say it for fuck's sake. It's so predictable. I knew it. In my head, I was like, he's going to say Poch.
Can anyone object to Pochettino being a really good manager for England?
No, must admit, I knew you were gonna say it, but I
didn't know he was going to say it, to be fair. But it's actually not a bad shout.
For the West Ham job, he's waiting to see where.
Fuck.
I'm not going to buy it, to be honest.
Do you know what? I said Potter or Howe were the two that I looked at, because I like English managers, and I thought they were the two of the better ones. But yeah.
Yeah, Potter was always my first choice pick before he went to Chelsea, because I thought, you know what, going from Brighton to England, you can make that sell, even though his club career was on an upward trajectory and he would have had the pick of the clubs. I think you could sway him potentially with a move to England, and I think he still could in years to come. But now, when he's Chelsea gaffer, no chance. Even after he eventually leaves Chelsea, depending on where his stock is, he will still have other options that may prove to be a bit more attractive than England.
You know, I know we're talking about attacking football here, right? And this takes us away from it, but I'd absolutely love to see how Jose Mourinho would do. Is that
the Stormzy video has reminded you that he's on the scene?
Listen, I've always respected him. I never was one of these that I'm off Mourinho. I've always liked Mourinho. But someone like him, what is not to love about?
What's
Mourinho?
not to like? I mean, do you not like him, Potts?
Can't stand.
I don't know about Tobs, whether Tobs has got over the trauma.
He has that earned, justified.
He's a winner, but he's done, man. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think.
Do you mean how he's done? He's literally just won a trophy like last season.
This again. You know what? I think with Jose, yeah. With Jose, you know what? he never stops, does he? But I'm not going to get into that debate this week. Yeah, but with Jose Mourinho, yeah, like, despite my animosity towards him as the Spurs boss, that animosity was driven from the fact that I didn't feel he was good enough to do the job that we needed at Spurs. And I don't feel Jose Mourinho is good enough to manage a top 6 side in the Premier League right now. I don't think he's good enough to do that anymore, personally. But
I agree.
What I will say is he's still got some brains. Yeah, he's still an intelligent man. Do you get what I'm saying? And he's still very charismatic. But all of the good things about Jose Mourinho right now are not suited for England. Like, okay, so great, he's a funny guy. Like, he knows ball and stuff. But can you implement a modern ethos to this England side? I don't think
game's moved on. I think as well. Like,
I don't think he can do that.
And how can you say that, Potts? The game's moved on, yeah, and now it's done. You was just asking for
bringing on Wenger.
No. But the thing is though, is that we haven't seen what Wenger can do, have we? Since the Arsenal days, I still believe that you can implement a style of play that would be attractive to watch. Jose, that ain't gonna happen with Jose, man. We're gonna know what style of play it is. Listen, he can still win stuff, and he's won stuff with Roma, and it will win you games. That style of football, it will 100%. Do I want that in England? Nah.
But it's about winning. It's about winning for England, though, really, isn't it? Like, if that's a team that you're going to get a boring style of football for a tournament, but you're going to win a World Cup or a Euros, you take it, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
100% I would, but I don't have the faith that Mourinho would be able to win things with England. I just
Yeah.
don't. I saw it at Tottenham and I thought, nah, I don't think this guy's got it personally anymore.
I think he'd have a much bigger chance than Wenger of winning something with England, though. I have to say, I really do.
Maybe the CV suggests that he's won stuff more than Wenger in terms of how he plays, and he's done it with more clubs. I think if we're all moaning about a Southgate team that's boring as sin, I don't fancy Mourinho to change that style. So if you're going to get that and win something, fair play. But if you're going to get that and be excited by it, then you're going to have to find someone else to manage England because it ain't going to be exciting. Trust me.
No, I think my main gripe with Southgate is the fact that he can't produce winning football and he can't produce good football. So it's like two birds with one stone kill off. Whereas if you said to me there's going to be a manager that he's not going to do great football, but he's gonna make you guys win, I'll take it 100%. It's like Tottenham. If beggars can't be choosers, if you've not won anything, then like even yesterday when we was doing the shoot, Tobs didn't know what to say to me because he realized Tottenham versus Chelsea in terms of like trophies.
Don't make me embarrass you in front of your what are you talking about?
You had nothing to say when it comes to talking about trophies. Because you knew Chelsea were the top dogs.
You were talking about some waffle. You were waffling about how you should say thank you to Chelsea. Shut up, bro. What the hell? Say thank you to Chelsea for beating you in a cup final. What?
Yeah, you should say thank you because without us, you wouldn't have anything to talk
beat you
about.
Fair and square. But
I know, but you should say thank you that
I'm not saying thank you. What the hell? That doesn't make sense. That don't make any sense. But
Lawless is like, hang on, this is supposed to be me having a go at Tobs. What's going on? Look at his face. He's like, what's happening here?
We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do this today, nerd boy. Don't act up.
Nerd boy.
Don't act up. Don't act up for your little Chelsea Virgin Army in the so just calm, man. Just calm.
This guy, fam, I swear to God. But yeah, that's that.
Maybe Mourinho go to West Ham and win West Ham the Europa Conference League.
Yeah, man. Because that's the most important thing in Europe nowadays, isn't it?
It's better than win the League Cup and the FA Cup, according to Lawless.
Yeah,
so
and it's better than winning the Europa League.
I didn't say it's better than the FA Cup. It's better than the League Cup.
Yeah.
I said it's better than the League Cup, but fucking Chelsea would die to win that competition.
Chelsea would die to win what
competition?
To win the Conference League. Tobes would cry his eyes out if they won that.
Okay.
You're talking about Tobes.
You know
I know you're not talking
I'm
about
not
my
being
team.
funny, right? If you give a starving man a cracker, he's gonna eat that cracker like it's the
We're
best
not doing this,
food
Lawless.
he's ever had.
Please. We're not doing this.
Just saying. So, well, you dropped
We're
it.
not
You
doing
brought it
this.
up, innit? I was sitting there minding my own business. Yeah, you was having an argument.
I didn't bring it up.
Potts
brought it up. Take it up.
But you was happy to jump on that, wouldn't you? You was happy.
I was laughing at his joke. I'm sorry. Is it a crime to laugh at jokes now? You
should have held your laugh.
You dictate. You Adolf Hitler. You're gonna dictate.
Quite your lip.
You can't do.
Yeah.
Are you Adolf Hitler?
I'm just saying.
Oh my God.
The laugh when I add your 2 cents in. You know,
oh God, Jesus Christ! No, but can't believe it.
Respect.
Every week, Tobes has got a soundbite. I swear to God. Last week, have you unblocked my man?
No, I haven't unblocked him yet.
Wow!
Oh, man. You let this guy stew, man, for a week now. That's
let him out the doghouse, fam. Oh my days!
Out of context again. You might as well, since he's blocked you, might as well post that out of context again if you want it, mate.
I always see it because he's blocked me, so boy. I mean,
this brother said I'm not unblocking you, after bro. Okay, fair enough.
Maybe I'll change my mind this week. Who knows?
Jesus, maybe I'll change my mind. All right. Well, then, seeing as with this current manager at the helm and with this current way that we're playing, because I don't really give a shit like that, but we can see that England are probably not going to do anything serious in this competition. So based on what you've seen so far with the other nations, who would you say is your favorite right now? If I was to ask you right now, put on a bet for the World Cup. I do like the Brazil team. I'm going to throw them out there immediately.
Argentina.
Yeah. But the fullbacks for Brazil could be better. I'm not going to lie. That's the only part of the team I'm not. But every team's got a weakness, though.
Back midfield is still strong.
Argentina
got a good team. They got a really good team. They got
their defense improved now over
their defense. They got the Butcher. They got Romero. They got Tagliafico. They got who else? They got at fullback? I can't remember. Molina. I think he plays for Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, he does.
They got Paredes. They got Rodrigo de Paul. I'm pretty sure.
Is DePaul really playing well? Because I know he made a big move to Atletico Madrid, and then
I've not really kept up with him at Atleti, but I've not really heard.
Argentina never do it, man. They never do it.
Their defense has usually always been and also just getting the chemistry right in attack because they got a lot of options in attack before.
They've had one of the best defensive records of any like country in the last 2-3 years. Like I can't remember the stat, but there's a crazy stat about like a few number of goals that they've conceded. Like they look like a well-oiled machine, man. They've retained that potency. They've always had potency up top. They've retained that potency up top. But they've actually got proper midfielders now and proper defenders. So I think they could do something, man. I think they could do something personally.
I think Germany's time with that front line, Havertz, Werner.
Germany ain't winning shit, man. But they got a good team, but they ain't winning.
Gnabry.
But you know what? I like Hansi Flick, and you never know.
Just how it's difficult to judge just how good he is when obviously Bayern Munich are constantly dominating. You need to kind of take him out of that. I know this is Germany now, so we'll see maybe. But in terms of another club side, I kind of need to see what he's about for another top European team before I can really say just how good Flick is.
You look good to me, bro. But
it's tough to call because there's so many variables and seeing which team's going to have which run. After they get out of the group stages, who they're going to draw next, and all of these things can have an impact. But I'm so glad we've moved past the point of people predicting Belgium to win. I remember every competition, it was like the fashionable thing to go, oh, Belgium are going to win this year. Belgium are going to, even season after season, they don't win anything. Oh, Belgium. Like, so I'm glad people...
They're coming towards the end of their golden generation now. They missed out.
100. Yeah, Brazil or France for me. Brazil or France.
Argentina are unbeaten in 34 games.
Wow.
Really? Holy shit.
Wow.
Do you know what? I'm saying they're not winning this competition. Tobs is riding too hard for Argentina.
So you're already going to go.
He's putting the Spurs in.
I said Argentina, Brazil, and then if I'm picking a European nation,
I know, but you gave us their whole flipping biography of every player in.
No, I gave you a reason for why they'll fare better in this tournament.
You're putting your Spursiness on them. I don't think
there's only two players There's only two players associated with Spurs that play for Argentina, and one of them.
I know, but you're saying that you're predicting them to win. I think that works against them.
No, I'm saying they can win. I didn't say that they're going to win. I said they can.
Well, he asked you for your prediction. He asked you for
he said, which teams do you feel like are most likely to win? I said one of the South American sides, and then now earlier on I said France as well.
So you just want to list a whole bag of teams, like I could sit there and.
How was that a bag of teams? I've listed 3 teams out of 32. How was that a bag of teams?
See what I mean? These two, man.
Hans Flick.
3 teams out of 32. That's not even 10%. That's like what?
You said Germany as well. You said Germany.
I didn't say Germany. I didn't say Germany. I said Germany aren't going to win it, but with Hansi Flick, who knows?
There you go. Who else? Come, let's hear who else. Who else you think?
No.
Holland?
No. Let's hear who's going to win. What, England? Or sorry, Czech Republic. Are they in it? Are they? Czech Republic in it?
I think they're in it.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not. Because I'm sure you would have predicted them to win because they got Soufal.
Brazil will win it for Brazil. Paqueta's going to win it for Brazil, man.
Who's player of the tournament?
Souček and Soufal.
Win it for Brazil while Richarlison's on the bench.
Richarlison bagged the brace. He's literally in his last game. What are you talking about?
Richarlison's glorified friendly.
Richarlison actually starts for Brazil, so it's
ahead of Gabby Jesus.
You tried it and it flopped. Just
let's see when it comes to the tournament.
Okay. That's fine.
McAllister. Does McAllister start for Brighton? I must say, this McAllister guy.
Argentinian again, but you're not allowed to speak on that.
No, you're not.
Proper.
You're not allowed.
You've got Alvarez as well, obviously from Man City.
The country's too hard.
Yeah,
but what's his name up top as well, isn't he? From Inter Milan. What's his name?
Lautaro
Martinez.
No. Oh, sorry, Lautaro Martinez. Yeah, but Cardi's not anywhere near this team surely anymore.
He's washed.
Bad. Also. Yeah, it's not too bad. What would you say? Start West Ham.
Look at this guy. Listen, you just watch out. You just make sure you don't lose on the weekend, mate. You just make sure you don't lose.
Why are you talking about club football?
What do you mean? Why are we talking? You said a player would start for West Ham. That's top
Yeah. I was talking about.
I'm not gonna lie, Lawless. Even if he did lose on the weekend, what would you be able to really do about that? I'm looking at that. I'm pretty sure we went through the table last time we spoke.
Make sure you don't lose the weekend, mate. Make sure you win.
Listen, I will get my umbrella out, yeah, and I will dance these tears like singing in the rain. Yeah, that will be me.
I'm gonna be okay. You know what? Forget it. Don't worry.
Lawless is a gooner on the weekend. Then
listen, just make sure you stay till your second half this time, innit? Just make sure you stay to the second half.
Lawless, who do you want to win, Arsenal or Spurs?
I have to say Arsenal now.
Because of your rivalry of Tobs.
Good man.
The thing is, Arsenal do need a humbling massively, but right now
against West Ham, not Spurs. Yeah,
Lawless. Exactly. I'd rather that. Yeah, I don't know if I want Spurs to be the one to give him that humbling.
Fair enough.
Tobes needs humbling himself, to be honest. He's throwing his chest around here just because it's like chest day at the gym or whatever.
It was chest day at the gym. It was chest day at the gym today.
That's why.
What would you know about that? What would you know about that?
What would I know about that?
What would you know about that?
Listen, I'm a natural, mate.
To be fair, knowing your height, you probably use 5 kg dumbbells as your.
It's so funny. It's hilarious.
Wait, how tall are you again, Lawless?
5'8". Like, but Tobes is short as well. He's a short guy. Tobes is a short man.
I'm not short. I'm average height. I'm basically just under 5'11", bro.
No, you're 5'10", mate.
Nope, I'm not 5'10". We can measure it the next time I see you. I'll bring measuring tape.
I'm just under 5'11", so I'm gonna.
Is that not 5'10" then? Yeah.
What's that midget? What'd you say?
5'10". Listen, you got make sure you don't get banned off DR Sports again.
Oh my god, these two are fucking hilarious.
You know what that reminds me of, yeah? And the thing is, he follows me as well, yeah. So big up, my man from Troops'
Zar, yeah.
Really nice guy. But have you not seen the video where Troops is watching United and he's watching Jesus like bully like Martinez, and he's like,
I did see that.
Have some of that, you effing midget.
I did see that. Yeah, I did see that. I did. I was just like, "Raw, what? Read the room. Like, what's going on here? This is insane."
But he didn't even like. Most people would go, "Oh shit."
Oh shit! No, he didn't. He didn't even bother. He just carried on. Did not give a shit whatsoever. I swear to God.
Zero fucks given with Troops, man. Trust me.
Oh my God. I was trying to segue to a question about France actually, because I know Potts brought up France in terms of. For me, I feel France play better with Giroud, and I think them underestimating.
Did you watch them yesterday? They were terrible.
No, I'm not terrible. Yeah, but okay, they were poor for one game, but
you're right. You're right.
Overall, I feel like Giroud's link up at the top end of the pitch was what spearheaded them to winning the major trophies that they won. I feel like he's a bit underrated as a target man, as a guy that you can lay the ball off. You're still in the camp that you would play Benzema and drop Giroud.
You're doing way too much.
Did you not see them in Euros?
You're doing way too much. Listen, Giroud link up is top, and I think he didn't really have much to do. He couldn't really get into the game today, but one or two moments where he was giving off the ball and first time passes, layoffs and stuff like that. Like, he's class at that. But please let this rest. Giroud does not need to be in that lineup for France to succeed. Giroud is not integral to France doing anything serious in the World Cup. I mean, in the World Cup this winter. I'm sorry, he isn't. Benzema can do everything Giroud can do and can score goals. Literally everything Giroud can do and can score goals.
I think Giroud's massively important as well, though, man. I think he's a very underrated player.
If you have Benzema in that side, why do you need Giroud?
Everyone keeps saying this, but then what's happening?
Then what?
Did you see them look at them in the Euros? They didn't do nothing.
Yeah, and did you not see how well Benzema was playing for France? What are you talking about?
It didn't work though, did it? Like,
it didn't work. Did you not see some of the goals that they were scoring? The chemistry that he had with the likes of Mbappe. I feel like
Giroud knits that attack really well. I really do.
Come off it, bro. Giroud is not a better playmaker.
I know he's not a better. Everybody knows Benzema's a better player.
Benzema's better. We've not said
everybody knows Benzema's a better player, but just because you have
but you said we're talking about the link up, yeah. And Giroud is excellent when it comes to link up, but you're talking about the link up master in Benzema. Yeah, I think Deschamps is too.
What do you think the issue is?
I've never liked Deschamps as France manager, even when he won the World Cup with them. I don't rate it. Because I think he's too risk averse with that team. He's too risk averse for that team. They have enough firepower to play a variety of styles. They do. They can play possession-based football. They can play counter-attacking football. They can play low block football. And he chooses to be risk averse every single time. Every single time. And I feel like his favorites in that team shouldn't even be starting week in, week out. I love Griezmann, but he's not been the player that he used to be for the last 2-3 years. Why is he still starting for France? Why is he starting for France? I know they got a couple of injuries. I get it. I get it. They got a couple of injuries, but again, this Pavard at right wing back experiment, it needs to die an ugly death. Pavard is not a wing back. He's a shocking wing back. He is a terrible, terrible wing back. He's a decent centre back in a back three. Yeah. That's it. He's not a wing
even
back.
As a modern day right back, I would say. Would
he's
you
not
prefer
even a right back, bro.
Would you prefer Jules Koundé there? Because Jules Koundé is naturally a centre back, but that's who he's been using.
Yes, I would, because Koundé is at least more athletic than Pavard.
Yeah, Pavard is a bit sluggish to me. If that's the right word, I want to give him.
I just think
France have got a good chance though, with or without Giroud. For me,
with that squad, they're always going to have a chance. But I think with France, they've not really looked convincing. And then when you deep the fact that they got dumped out by a Switzerland side who, by all accounts, should not be knocking you out, they got a lot of questions to answer.
They do.
Man. How long can Deschamps ride on that World Cup credit? How long? You went out to Switzerland. Yeah, fair enough. You won the Nations League. Cool. World Cup is another thing coming up. They need to have a good tournament. In fact, their nation will demand a good tournament because the squad, even yesterday,
this is their golden era.
They had like 10 players injured, and when you're still seeing the players that they had at their disposal, you're thinking, "Raw, like this squad is mad." Yeah, they had a back line that didn't have Varane, that didn't have Konate, that didn't have Jules Koundé, that didn't have what's my man's name? Flipping hell, I can't even remember.
Upamecano?
No, he played yesterday. And he wasn't great.
It, man. I wasn't aware.
Saliba played yesterday. He wasn't good as well. And I think the best of the three yesterday was Badiashile, to be honest. And even he got cooked a little bit by Olsen. They just weren't good yesterday. But the point I'm making is they have a squad that I feel like Deschamps hasn't really sort of utilized to the max. And maybe I'm being a bit overly critical because he won them a World Cup.
No, I don't think you are.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one tournament that he's massively underperformed in. That was the last one, the Euros. So I think his job will depend on what he does in this next one. In terms of if they go out in the groups or they go out in the first round, cool, big conversation. But if they go to the later rounds and say they get to the final like you'd expect or the semis or whatever, obviously there's always context around it, then different conversation. Another team is obviously Portugal as well, I wanted to bring up, because I feel like it's high time Ronaldo is not a focal point in that team anymore. Just like Manchester United, I would say now that Ronaldo shouldn't really be starting for Portugal anymore. I know people don't want to hear it, and I said it for Man United as well. And people got in their feelings and they started crying. It's, oh, you can't say that about Ronaldo. It's Ronaldo. He has to play every single game. Oh, Ten Hag's going to play him every single game. Or Ragnick, they should play him every single game. At the end of the day, he's coming towards the end. And he's still starting. I think he started against Czech Republic up front. I think he went off with a nasty injury on his face or something. But when you look at that Portuguese team, you got Neves, you got Leao. This is the next Belgium for me. Bernardo Silva. In fact, they got some players that are maybe even in their prime right now. So they're probably the Belgium right now, to be fair. If you think about some of the players that they have at their disposal, their fullbacks, their combination at fullback is ridiculous, the options that they have over there. They should really be getting to the later rounds as well. Pedro Neto, Jota, all these guys. Matheus Nunes.
Neto's been so bad this season, though. Been so bad since coming back from injury.
Nuno Mendes from PSG.
I'm looking at their options though. They've got options, man. They got my man, like you said, from PSG, Vitinha. They got Renato Sanchez. Neves, Palhinha that plays for Fulham.
Three players from PSG.
Quality, man.
Vitinha, is it? Vitinha, they just signed from PSG from Spain.
Yeah, I mentioned Vitinha.
Sorry, yeah.
And they got Nuno Gomez. Nuno Gomez is cold wing back. Like he's hard. Mate, they bruv, and they got Guerrero, they got Cancelo,
Yeah.
Diaz.
Cancelo, yeah, Diaz, yeah. All these guys as well.
They got a squad, but they ain't doing shit, man. Let's be real. They ain't doing shit.
You don't think they could be the surprise package of the tournament?
Nah. I'll be shocked if
watch Ronaldo score goals still in this tournament. Any money?
I think he'll get some goals, but I agree with Matisse. I wasn't surprised, but I was just like shaking my head when I saw their lineup yesterday, and I saw Ronaldo lining up again. Fam, let the young G's come through, man. Let João Felix do his thing.
It's mad.
Matisse, get used to it. Get used to it, bro. When Todd Bowley gets his way and Ronaldo is playing up top for Chelsea next season.
Are you
mad? You wait. Any money? It's gonna happen, man.
Bro, if he ends up starting for us, if he ends up coming to us in January, I'm gonna lose my shit, honestly. Like, nah.
I bet something will happen.
Last tournament though, like Ronaldo really and truly. So I can't see him wanting to take a back seat.
Oh, yeah, this will be his last tournament, so he's gonna want to be the focal point of it all.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And the thing is, at the end of the day, he's a winner. You know, he's someone that you want in that team, and he's still got quality.
Winner high.
You know what I mean? But the thing is, he's again playing over a tournament. I think he can. Yeah, I think he can still do a good job for them. I think this is it. I think he'll throw everything into this World Cup, and that'll be it. He'll retire from international football afterwards.
Do you think this will be Messi's last tournament? Like this will be his last World Cup, surely, isn't it?
Yeah, last World Cup.
Oh yeah.
And he's got maybe one more Copa America, and that's about it. Bloody hell! Because I'm just thinking, we're gonna lose. We already lost. I mean, I don't know if you guys watched the tennis, but obviously you already had the retirements there, and then you've got there's a lot of goats dipping out. Serena Williams, like I said, there's a lot of goats.
How old's
dipping out
Messi
right now? Messi's 35.
Yeah.
I
think he could squeeze a Copa America, but not a 35. No,
he's not doing another World Cup. 4 years, no way.
I don't know, man.
Can't.
How old was
if he's still and by the way, Lawless, remember he's another winner, right? So you'd think in your head that he wants to start games. So if you don't want him as a bench warmer in the next World Cup, that's pointless. So it's better to just go now, surely.
Yeah, that's true. He might look at it and think it depends on how he does in this World Cup. That's like the missing piece for him is that World Cup. If he wins this, I think he retires straight away from internationals.
Yeah. What about Italy, Spain? None of these guys for you are.
Well,
Italy's not even in it, isn't it? And they beat
Italy on there. Spain, always got. I like Enrique, to be fair, but I just don't know with Spain. They've got some good players, but the way they play is good. But I don't look at them and go, "Wow, they've got killers." Do you know what I'm saying? And I think some of the others do. I think Brazil or France for me. I can't make my mind up out of them too.
I watched Spain the other day as well, and it's the same thing. We speak about the same thing whenever we watch Spain. Oh, they keep the ball well. Agreed. No penetration. Like literally just circulate the ball.
I feel so average the team. Rodri wasn't starting, was he? Why is Rodri not starting over Busquets? Why is Busquets starting over Rodri?
Yeah, that's mad. But
Busquets actually played well against who did they play that they lost to the other
Switzerland.
day? Switzerland, yeah. Busquets actually played relatively.
I know,
well.
but again, it's all about moving on with the next cycle. Do you know what I mean? Why is Busquets playing? It doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
Morata still up front. Is Morata still up front?
Right. For now.
Am I wrong in saying Morata?
They're still playing Jordi Alba. Where's Cucurella? Why couldn't they call him up? They're still playing Azpilicueta. Move on.
Wow. You know what? Yeah, with Spain, it's weird. They were saying something when I was watching the game. They said that because Luis Enrique is a good coach, and they were saying that how he's basically taken their training to another level. He's installed these mics in some of the GPS trackers that the players wear, so he can send individual
instructions to
every single to players basically as they're training. So he sits on a vantage point and he watches and he can send instructions. But my thinking is, you're doing all this just to play players who are for all intents and purposes washed up. Let's be real. It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. I saw their attack the other day. I remember I was just thinking, this attack is so dead. They got fucking Asensio playing false nine. They got Ferran Torres, who is a good player at best. And even then, I've got my issues with Ferran Torres. And I can't remember who they had playing left wing. Sarabia, come on. what's this attack doing to hurt the meanest of defenses when this World Cup starts? Let me even check their group as well. One sec.
Oh, here we go. Google Tobs is on the case.
Google Tobs is on the case.
Just wait here while you Google.
No,
I do have to agree, though. I do have to
yeah.
agree what Tobs is saying in terms of Spain. That's the first thing I said, man. Enrique, good manager, good style of play. It will be attractive in parts. But do they have any killers? I don't know that they do. I don't know that I would hate.
Bro, it feels like a very, like, I don't want to say washed, but because there's still some young players, and there's Pedri, there's Gavi, there's some young players coming through. But it feels like a very, like, average Spain team. And it has for a while. They haven't had a forward that I've been scared of since the Fernando Torres David Villa times. Pedro even. Now it's like Morata, and who else have they got up there?
He's so bad. One of the worst I've seen, man.
Fernando Torres. Like how did Fernando Torres get sold for the amount of money he got to Barcelona?
Yeah, man.
Bro, Man City are actually crooks, man.
Yeah, he's definitely not a 60 million player, but Ferran is good.
He's a nice little player, but he's nothing special.
He's good. Yeah, like I'm looking at the team now, and it's like, okay, yeah, like I'm not really seeing.
Who's the Sociedad guy they've got? Who's that with the weird surname?
Yeah.
Him. He ain't a bad player.
People talk about him quite a
He's
bit.
a bit
He's linked to Arsenal, I heard.
He's a bit of a gas.
Oh, really?
So like I'm looking at their team now. If they can keep him fit, Ansu Fati has to start for me.
Yeah.
Ansu Fati has to start. Rodri, I'm looking at his team now. Rodri starting. Bro, I'm looking at Spain's team. I'm seeing man like Eric Garcia and fucking Pau Torres starting. They're gonna get murdered at the World Cup. They're gonna get absolutely murdered.
Yeah. Who else?
They're gonna handle Brian Bolo on the weekend. What are they gonna do against Mbappe?
It's gonna be peak for them. It's gonna be peak. What about Holland as well? The Dutch. Before I start going to some of the teams that maybe just one dark horse out of maybe I don't know. Is
Holland not for me?
Not for you, Holland.
Who they got?
Holland's a weird one. Again, they're
the only one.
It's like they've been in transition. Them and Spain feel like they've been in transition for a while.
They got good players, but they're not winning anything, man. Let's be real.
Do you know what? Yeah, it's weird because Holland actually do have a decent team. Like when you put their 11 out there, like De Jong, Van Dijk, De Ligt, Ake will probably play as well, maybe at left back. I don't know. Maybe because sometimes they play the back three, I swear, as well. They've kind of mumbo jumbled with a lot of different formations in qualifying from what I can see. Because their strength does seem to be in terms of names.
Gravenberch as well.
Gravenberch, but he's not playing for Bayern much. Did he get left out of the last squad?
Weiss or whatever his name is.
Dumfries.
But they're not. Wait, are Netherlands even?
It's again the strikers. Outside of Depay, there's nobody there really. What is it? Gakpo maybe at PSV. He's having a great start to the season.
Gakpo's done well, but
Bergwijn will play centrally for them as well. And he's doing quite well at Ajax. And to be fair, he actually performs really well when he plays for Holland, and they got Depay as well. So
yeah,
I think in the middle they might have some decent options. To be honest,
Gravenberch, maybe Timber as well. The Ajax defender, he was linked to United. He's there. They're definitely very strong in the defense, like in terms of their names back there. They've got some highly rated defenders.
Vincent Janssen.
Yeah, bro. I just saw his name. I didn't even want to say it for my mouth.
He's still there.
Weghorst is there as well.
Yeah, Koop Miners as well.
Yeah.
Not for me, man. Not for me. Not ahead of the others. But
I agree. I agree.
No Nigeria, Tobes.
Do you reckon they've got their group, Netherlands?
They got Senegal, Ecuador, Qatar. You'd expect them to. I mean, Senegal looked good in the AFCON, to be fair.
I think Senegal could top that group.
Mane.
If Mane can get back into good shape.
What happened to Nigeria, bro? What happened? Why are you not here?
Why Ireland not here?
I don't care. I see Ghana, I see Cameroon, I see Senegal. I'm looking for Nigeria. I don't see them. I see Tunisia. I just don't see Nigeria. No Nigeria, no Ivory Coast. When I was growing up, those two teams were the shit. Them and Ghana. Ivory Coast, Nigeria, and Ghana were the three teams that were running the continent. They were Cameroon had Eto'o. They had a couple, but not really. It was more Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast was a team. Oh my god!
Man.
What a team they had. Oh, you had your Drogbas. You had your
Drogbas. Yeah.
Oh, the Toure brothers. You had your Kalous. Proper team. Ghana had like SEN, Asamoah Gyan, both the Asamoahs actually. They had a good team as well. And then, yeah, Nigeria have always had a good team, to be fair. But Tobes, like I said, they're not here. So who are you supporting at the World Cup, Toby?
Argentina or Brazil. So that'll be one of the two. So
what's the link? What's the link there? What's the link there?
What's the link? So
What's the link?
Messi and Romero, I would like them to win something. Or if they don't do it, I would like Neymar or Richarlison to win something. Neymar and Richarlison to win something.
What's Neymar got to do with you?
I'm tired of people shitting on Neymar's legacy, and apparently he needs to win a World Cup to solidify his legacy as one of the greatest Brazilian players ever. So I hope he wins a World Cup in his career. So those are my teams in South America that I'd like to do well. In Europe,
if like a Cameroon, Ghana, would you not in the semi-final? You wouldn't.
Fuck
the
Ghana.
rivalry.
Nope, I want Ghana. I want Ghana dumped out of the group stage. To be honest, they're not coming out of their group. They're shit.
They're gonna. I think they'll come out. I think they'll come.
What, ahead of Uruguay?
They're not coming out of their group.
South Korea have done madness in this tournament before. You know, when they beat Germany. Do you remember?
They won't come out of their group, man. They're dead. But I think maybe it's me being salty. Yes,
so much salt. Oh my god, I can see
it. I would like to see Senegal do well. I don't mind Cameroon. I think I'd like to see Cameroon do well. European team, obviously. I'm not going to give two shits about England in the group stages. Get to the quarters, semis, and hopefully, if there's a chance,
Wales in that group as well.
If there's a chance that my guy Kane can potentially pick up some silverware, then of course I'm gonna.
But it makes me laugh. He wants Neymar to get a trophy more than he wants Kane to get a trophy. Like he's first.
No, because he's got Richarlison, so he's got a crux to lean on.
But surely, if I'm told, I would rather Kane get a trophy over Richarlison.
Yeah, Kane needs a trophy. I can't lie.
It's not rather. You asked which team.
Your first thought was Messi and
because you asked which teams am I supporting. Harry Kane will win a trophy in his career. I have no doubts about that.
Who with though? Like
I have no doubts about that. We've just spent all
with Chelsea
all episode basically
saying that England is shit.
Just spent all episode basically stating that England aren't going to win anything, but you want me to say that I'm rooting on England to win it.
Yeah, but wouldn't you be rooting for?
I don't support England like that, so why would I be rooting for England?
Wait, hold up. But do you support Argentina or Brazil like that?
I don't. I said I'm going to be rooting for them to win it, and I've just given you my reasons for that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you're not rooting for your star player to win a trophy when he's been starved at your club for years.
Harry Kane will win a trophy, man. He's calm. Don't worry.
What did you say that? How old?
The way you say that with confidence, like as if it's guaranteed. If he leaves,
Harry Kane will not finish his career trophyless.
So he's going to leave.
Guaranteed.
So Harry Kane's going to leave then at some point.
I don't know. Who knows what life has in store?
Listen, I
don't know.
This is what Toby starts doing when he doesn't want to answer a question. Who knows what life has in store?
Harry Kane could easily leave. He has less than 2 years left in his deal. Next summer it will be 1 year left. If he doesn't sign a new deal, there's every chance he could leave. I'm not shying away from that.
He has to leave if he wants to win something. Let's be real.
Yeah, he has to. He has to leave if he wants to.
I can't believe this Lawless guy's turned this into a weird, random like agenda. I'm so confused.
Not an agenda, but I'm just saying, like, I thought you would back your guy Kane.
I think you would back your guy Kane.
Is that how I said it? Is that how I said it? Look at him sitting there, with his leaky roof or something like indoors. Who sits there with their hood up indoors like that? Again, hiding his hair
Let me put my face up to the camera. Let me talk like this.
This is just the proximity my chair is away from my camera.
Yeah, sure.
Let me just do a funny voice because I ain't got nothing to say. What is this voice?
What do you actually have to say? All you've done here is just make weird jive.
How is it a jive? I was pointing.
You're not participating. You've not added any value to any of these international debates.
Who gives a shit about international football?
Well, clearly us, because that's what we're talking about on the show.
But my point is, Tobes, what I was questioning you on was your logic. Yeah, I'm pointing at the camera. I'm pointing at you. Yeah. And you would rather see Messi and Neymar win a trophy than Kane. Your guy. The guy who's giving you so much joy in your life.
Kane is my guy. Kane is my guy, but his legacy, Harry Kane's legacy, won't be questioned because he didn't win the fucking World Cup, did he?
Of course it will. Of course
it won't be. What the hell? England have not won a fucking international trophy in God knows how long. His career will not. I can't believe we're disputing this. His career will not be defined by him.
It will be defined by club level, what he won at club level.
Whereas trophies is calm, but like World Cup it won't, because who has won a World Cup? Like, sorry, that's English. Like,
so many top players that haven't won a World Cup. So if he didn't do it, it wouldn't be a surprise.
But if he does have that,
trophies is different.
But the point I'm making is Lawless, and plus Harry Kane is 28. He's gonna play at the next World Cup as well, and he will probably be the captain at the next World Cup for England as well. The point I'm making to you is there are certain lies and false statements that are made on Messi and Neymar's
name. Why do you give a shit? They don't play for your club.
Because he likes the players. Because they're top players.
Why do they need to play for my club for me to like the players? What are you talking
do you not like Messi, Lawless? Like, do you not have a big connection with Messi after what you've seen him done for the last 10, 15, 20 years?
Messi is for me the best player that I've ever seen play, bro. Like,
same.
So I don't care. Why do I care?
That's mad.
I'm not you.
Played for Arsenal.
I don't need to. I don't jizz myself over. I don't jizz my pants over fucking Fornals and shitty Souček. I'm sorry. I'm telling you that I like ballers.
Listen, I'm not like you.
A man said outside of West Ham, I don't care. Then
wait, so you don't watch?
What a sad little man you are then, because
so you didn't.
Right, wait a minute. Hold
wait, you didn't. So you didn't watch Barcelona versus Man United in the Champions League final. You didn't watch Pep's team destroy Ferguson.
You just don't care. You don't care about these players.
No, but what I'm saying is, I don't care to say like, oh, I hope Messi wins something, because no, I don't give a shit. Like, really and truly, that's his career. You'd rather bang on about a shitty European trophy that West Ham won't win than talking about one of the greatest players, in fact, the greatest player to play the sport. I care about Lionel Messi. I'm a fan of my club. Unlike you, plastic. Yeah, sit there because you don't get no plastic. You don't get no glory.
You're calling me plastic
from your own club, and you have to go and jump and latch onto Messi and latch onto Neymar. And trying to celebrate their wins when they done shit all.
They don't win. That's the point. They don't win at international level. That's literally my argument. Because they don't win at international level, people use that to discredit the work they've done in football. I can't believe I have to explain this. I can't believe I have to explain this to you. I can't believe I have to explain to you why it's important that one of these guys finish with a World Cup at the end of their career.
Like, who cares?
He's saying, what do you get if they win it? But...
yeah, like what's this? How does that affect your life?
Personal satisfaction that no one can shit on these guys' legacies. That's what I get from it. That's what I get from it. I'm a football fan. I'm not just a Spurs fan. I'm a football fan.
He can't get it. Lawless does not get this. He's not having it.
No, he doesn't.
Crazy. He thinks there's more to life than jizzing your pants over Souček, Kufal, and fucking Paqueta, bro. Like, listen, get out. Open those curtains. Those curtains are closed behind you. Open those curtains. Get out. Breathe some fresh air and actually take in the real ballers in world football. Don't talk to me about fucking Ben Rama and Antonio, man. Talk to me about real ballers, bro.
I don't give a shit. Listen, I don't give a shit if fucking Peter Cech's played for West Ham right now or whatever the fuck. Like, I back him.
Your boy Ariola played in the weekend. Why can't he start for West Ham?
Listen, we know why. We know the answer to that.
You know why he started for France? I was busting your balls. He started for France because fucking Lloris and Maignan were injured. Otherwise, he would have had no chance of starting.
Yeah.
So let me just burst your bubble.
But you take your chance. You take your chance, don't you? You take your chance.
Yeah, they lost the game.
Wanking about Lloris, wanking over Lloris and all of that. Now you're happy about Spurs player. Why aren't you watching the top keepers in the world and wanking over them? Makes no sense. Like, do you know what I mean? I understand appreciating watching Messi and like, oh yeah, I'm watching, he's entertaining and I get to watch this team. But you're doing too much. You're doing way too much with this Messi and Neymar.
I'm doing way too much, apparently.
Yeah, you're doing way too much, man. Like some obsessive fan when they don't have any connection to you at all whatsoever. And if they played for Arsenal, I'd be interested to see if you had this wank fest still and was like, oh, I hope they do well and I hope they win something because they're such good players.
Wait, sorry, I didn't get your last point. What was your point? Sorry.
If they played for Arsenal, would you still be wanking over them the same way?
But they don't play for Arsenal, so
I'm asking you. But would them playing for Arsenal counteract everything that you've just said?
I think it's a good question. To be fair,
I don't think it would. I genuinely don't, and I don't think it would, because playing for Arsenal didn't stop me praising Thierry Henry or Cesc Fabregas.
But there's a difference praising. We're not talking about praising. We can all praise like rival players and say they're a good player, but you're actively supporting them and hoping for their success. Now, if they played for Arsenal, would you be backing them, supporting them, and praying for their success?
Not as much. No, not as much. No, I wouldn't. But they don't play for Arsenal, so why? It's a weird hypothetical. It doesn't even.
It's not a weird hypothetical because you're saying that your own.
It's actually became a conversation. I'm so shocked. Actually, I'm now actually quite interested in this. I'm actually quite interested. He's making now an interesting point.
Yeah, because Tobs, you've been found out. You've been found out. All of that chat you gave about, but I'm a football fan. I'm not just a Spurs fan. Oh, but that changes, isn't it?
I mean, Cam's a football fan.
I am a football fan. I am a football fan.
But it changes if you're playing.
I am a football fan. I have rivals. I have rival clubs, and I have teams that I support. I have teams that I watch outside of Spurs. I have players that I actively support and watch outside of Spurs players. What is the issue with that?
I'm just saying, if they play for Arsenal, it's funny that changes.
Well, yeah, if they play for Arsenal, it's different because Arsenal are the ops. What does that have to do with my wider point?
Yeah, so it's okay for you to be against them because Arsenal are the ops, but it's not okay for me to feel indifferent towards people that don't play for my team.
I don't have an issue with you feeling indifferent about people who don't play for your team. I only said that because you were beefing me. You had an issue with me, like wanting to see Messi and Neymar do well.
My issue was that you wanted to see them do well more than you wanted to see Kane do well.
I can't believe this guy has done. He does this every episode. He waffles, makes a dumb point, and then chucks in two random questions that seem sensible, and then he thinks, "Oh, I've got you. Oh, look at you. You're a coward." All of this rubbish, bro. Just shut up, man.
I never said you're a coward, but you're being a coward right now. It's the hoodie fits. It's the hoodie fits.
Take that battery out of your back, please. Fucking hell, bro.
I'm just listening.
You just waffle and waffle. There was absolutely nothing wrong with what I said. Why is it always you that has an issue with these things that I'm saying? They're not even outlandish. It's always
because you want them to win more than Kane.
It's always
You're supporting them more than
saying,
Kane.
I would like to see Messi and Neymar win. You supporting them more than Kane.
Yeah, I would rather see any player that plays for my team win the World Cup over anyone else.
Newsflash: none of the players in your team are capable of winning the World Cup. They barely even start their countries.
Hold up, right?
They barely start their fucking country.
When you just say Brazil, we're gonna win it.
Paqueta's the only one. Paqueta and Rice.
Paqueta's the only one, yeah. Paqueta and Rice. Well, England aren't winning anything, so.
Paqueta and Rice. What are you talking about? You're contradicting yourself.
But also, are you not contradicting yourself? Because he's saying Brazil and Argentina, and he has Richarlison playing for Brazil, and he has Romero playing for Argentina. So maybe you should have just said that, Tobs, innit? Just don't mention Messi on it. Yeah, I know, but just don't mention Messi and Neymar, and then he wouldn't be triggered.
No, he said he wants them to win because of Messi and Neymar, not from Romero and Richarlison. For Messi and Neymar, that's how backwards he is.
Backwards. I literally said Argentina. They got for Messi and Romero, and Brazil, Neymar and Richarlison. I said that. I said that at the time.
No, but Romero.
Yes, you're right. You're right. The main driving force is Messi and Neymar. I would also like Richarlison and co.
Yeah, that's backwards. That's backwards. The main driving force should be Richarlison and Romero.
Football Messiah. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
Oh, Tobs, carefully, mate.
Let me listen to a midget from Dagenham. Tell me.
So Lawless, when you watch these iconic games, right? South Africa in the World Cup. Who did they score that amazing goal against? Who is it? One of the World Cups where there was a man.
One, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Brazil being battered by Germany. Barcelona beating Man United. Any big, massive, iconic game you can think of that doesn't involve West Ham. How did that make you feel?
It's enjoyable to watch, and you're like, oh shit, like because there's stakes. I like football for the stakes, right?
We know that from last week, yeah. And you know from the Sidemen charity match, did that change your opinion at all? They raised $1 million.
No, good for them.
Did you watch the match?
I didn't watch it, but good for them. I'm happy for them. They done it for a cause. That was the cause, and you're not watching that for the football. You're watching it for the entertainment and the personalities involved.
I can't believe
Good
this.
for them.
I've actually got work to do. I can't believe he's made this stretch for a whole 15 minutes. Fucking hell.
Why are you shitting on the charity football match now? Is that what you're doing?
No, I'm not. I'm saying I can't believe you've been waffling for 15 minutes and we've actually made this stretch.
All right, well, I made a good point. I pointed out, you know what I mean? Your poor support of your football club.
Okay.
What's happening?
I wonder why half the fan base can't stand it.
Okay.
This is the guy that left at half time. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
He's not buying. He's not buying, Lawless. You have to move on.
Oh, Potts, he's actually. Me and Potts are
CBA, man. I just can't.
Be listening to Lawless just. He will not let Tobs rest. It doesn't matter what episode it is. Even a little international, man. Even a little international break, you know, just a little bit of debate about who could win it. He will not let Tobs rest at all. It doesn't matter what the occasion.
I just does anyone not find that funny though?
Absolutely.
I actually find it pretty normal. I think
absolute psycho.
I think it's pretty normal. Like, I also would like Messi to win a World Cup or Neymar to win a World Cup, or I just want one of their careers to be elevated even more, 100%, because they're great.
I see it as a nice story. I look at it in the
because you know in other sports where you don't have a team, like Formula One, like I want Hamilton to eclipse Schumacher. Tennis, you want. I know.
Football's not
Matisse, when Messi and Potts, when Messi won the Copa America last year, was there not a mass outpouring of relief, joy, and celebration from fans who don't support Argentina, from fans who even support rival South American teams, European teams? Was there not a mass outpouring?
He fell to the ground immediately. Everybody hugged him. Everybody was loving it for him.
Listen,
millions of people harbor these same opinions, but because Lawless doesn't agree with it, it's weird.
See, I'm with you on the message.
Tries to make it look like you are in the minority and not the majority. Absolutely fine.
I don't care.
You're doing too much.
You're a psycho. That's what you are, mate.
I don't care.
Saying is, if Messi wins, I'm happy for him. Right? The story is nice. He gets his World Cup. I'd be happy for him to get his World Cup.
I beg you. I need to go back to.
We're going to wrap up soon. I just want to get Potts to say his final few words. Go on, Potts.
Working in a hoodie with your hood up like that. Anyway, it's unprofessional.
I'm sorry, it's cold. I'm sorry, it's cold. Yeah. What's your
jumper on or something?
This literally is a jumper. This literally is a jumper. He said, "Go put a jumper on." I'm wearing a jumper, and you got an issue. What's your?
You got your hood up, hiding your hairline.
What's your problem? You got SMS. You got short man syndrome. You got short man syndrome. You're there with jacked up energy in your room, buzzing like a little buzzing.
The biggest short man syndrome case I've ever seen in my life.
You got SMS.
Didn't he just come on at the start saying he was on cooking someone at the start?
Napoleon
complex Tobs.
You got SMS, mate. That's what you got.
Well, we both have them. No,
we don't.
I only know about SMS the player, but anyway, go on, Pot. Say what you're gonna say.
No, man, I was going to come off the back of what both these boys are saying. Like, at the same time, I kind of understand Lawless has got no connection to anybody but West Ham. I get that he's a West Ham fan.
Not even
I love football. I love football. Yeah, I love football, man. And for me, Messi's the best player ever. I don't think that Ronaldo, for me anyway, is the GOAT, albeit an unbelievable player. And I think it's, fair play when everyone debates those two. It's easy to make an argument for both. But I would like Messi to do well in football, of course. And if people are saying that has to be a World Cup for him to do it, then so be it. I don't care for Neymar as such, because he frustrates the hell out of me with some of his off-the-field stuff and his antics rolling around on the floor. That kind of thing does my head in. But wicked player, deserves credit. If Messi has to go win a World Cup, then I'll be the first to say fair play to him. And if that is what is needed for everybody to say is the GOAT, then fair play. If that's what it's going to take, then I hope he does it. But for me, I'll always have Arsenal and England before Messi and Neymar and all the others, of course. So I get what Lawless is saying in that respect. But yeah, Messi, unbelievable player. So I kind of see where Tobs is at as well, man.
All right. Well, Lawless, I'll let the people know where to find you. Always entertaining every time. Let the people know, man. Big up every time. Such a good show.
Yeah. West Ham Fan TV at the Lawless. Come and Yeah, I mean, people often DM me afterwards, going, "What the fuck was Tobs on that episode?" So you can come and DM me if you can talk about something.
I love this. He's getting. Oh, I'm right. Tell me.
Even in his outro,
trust me, you do not want to see my DMs.
Even in his outro
about you.
Well, you don't want to see my DMs.
The stuff that I post sometimes about West Ham, it gets sent to me. Why is it being sent to me? Why? Because you waffle a lot on this, and people will say, "Hey, use this to post."
The people that DM me aren't even West Ham fans. He has these little Spurs supporters. Yeah,
they're not Spurs fans, bro. I'll get Real Madrid fans, United fans. They're not Spurs fans.
Yeah, you do. You have your little Spurs army. Yeah.
Okay.
But why are you interrupting my outro anyway?
There's the guy who's got these West Ham cronies just infiltrating chats whenever I'm streaming.
West Ham cronies. Who are these people? I didn't know anything about this. But
yeah, to be fair, I'm waffling a little bit there. You don't really have a big enough fan base to do that.
I have more subscribers than you. What are you talking about? You're still there trying to dance for 10K. What are you talking about?
No, I'm talking about West Ham as a club. I'm not talking about you,
fucking gold.
Oh,
you need to have a whole show yourself. You know that. I feel like me and Potts don't even need to be.
Yeah, man. I can just sit back and chill, bro.
Yeah, but I'm talking about you as a club, and I don't know why you're fighting me and getting bare precious about your subscriber count. That wasn't what.
Well, that's what I thought you was trying to say.
Comprehension is really not your strong point, Lawless.
You said fans. You said
Lawless. Tell people where they can find you, man. Jesus Christ, I need to go to bed tonight.
He won't let me. Why is he interrupting my outro?
Why is he interrupting me? I'm so small.
Listen, Tobs, that's the same way I can cuss you about being bored by being bald. So
that's fine. You can cuss me about being bored.
Listen, if Tobs ever gets his hands on Dan Josen and what's the last name? Dan Josen and Maces or something. What's the three names of the chat?
Oh, Damo and Jace.
If Tobs ever gets his hand on the content, I swear you're finished. You are finished, Lawless. You need to tread carefully.
I've seen it in action. I'm not actually cool with Jace. I know some of the other West Ham fan TV guys, but I'm waiting. Trust me, I'm gonna kill him soon. What?
You're not cool with Jace.
No, as in, I've never spoken to him, so I don't have a relationship with Jace. So.
Oh God.
Yeah. All right. Well, boy, better not.
Ryan won't snake you, but Jace might. So let's see.
Ryan, he'll listen, mate. He'll sort you out. Don't worry about that. Don't let me get Jace involved. Don't let me get Jace involved.
Have you done your outro? Yeah, you done? You good?
Right. Yes. So I can't promote it but we would have done a watch along for this England Germany game that you could see with Damo and Jace, and I will be there, not hiding my hairline, proud of being bald. You can come see that there. No hats, no hoodies indoors.
Why'd you hide your height? Why'd you hide your height?
I don't hide nothing, mate. I don't hide nothing. Not like you. I don't lie to the people and act like I'm 6'2", yeah, when I'm not.
I've never said I'm 6'2". People
but you say that you're tall.
They see me on content with Matisse, so they know my height. I'm not short.
They know you are short. You are short.
I'm not
short. Let them know where to find you, Tobs. Pleasure as always.
Follow me if you like me zinging this midget over here. So yeah.
Let them know where to find you.
I'll tell you what, man. These two crack me up, man. Every single show. Listen, people, thanks so much for watching. Big up, smash the like, subscribe to the channel, etc. If you can come and do the same over at Football's 12th Man podcast, I'd much appreciate it. You see myself, Lawless, and Tobs over there for round 2 most weekends, or most weeks, should I say. And if you want to follow me on socials, it's at DanArsenal87. Peace.
There you go, guys. Make sure you follow all the boys, subscribe to all the channels. I think the North London Derby, I believe, is this weekend. So the reaction to that on the Monday with us is going to be quite something. With I'm sure Lawless is just looking for any gaps in the fence where he can sneak in and throw his agenda in.
Arsenal.
I love it. Love that.
In a bit, people.
You think a man at the foot of the table would focus on bigger things? Clearly, Spurs are on his mind. At the foot of the league table, but Spurs losing to Arsenal.
What are you talking about?
Spurs losing their unbeaten run is what takes precedence. And he's talking to me about importance of supporting your club.
It's on my mind.
So in a roundabout way, what we've just concluded is Lawless is more concerned about Arsenal beating Tottenham than he is about West Ham winning his game, just like Toby wants Neymar. And okay, great. Well, a fantastic way to end the episode. Goodbye.